Happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to Exposed Podcast. You have Natalie Hayden
and Laverne Badger.
And welcome to our weekly Wednesday conversation where we are here to tackle some issues on life after abuse and ending domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then also, what's going on? What's so special about this month?
This month is special. It should be every month, but this is the designated month that we are to bring awareness and recognition to domestic abuse.
Yes.
We know that our breast cancer is October as well, and we love our sisters and survivors of that, but we definitely want to make sure that domestic abuse gets the shine that it needs as well. So shout out to all those survivors. Everyone's a survivor this month. So kudos to all of you all. We are on site here at a local spot, so if you hear us whispering or Laverne trying to be quiet as a mouse, right? Don't know. That ain't
she ain't quiet, but we are going to engage you all in a dialogue today about loneliness. And y'all, it's that time of season where people be booed up and they be looking for somebody to cuddle up with a nice warm cup of
cold. It's fall, and cup of chocolate, cup of chocolate.
Yep, I want that right now. But is there a difference?
Candlelight.
Yes, all of that is
looking for that Christmas gift.
Okay, she rubbing it in. She rubbing it in because obviously we in two separate spaces. But we want to talk about the difference between loneliness and being alone. Yeah. Because there is a clear difference. I know as for myself, I don't consider myself lonely and or being alone. I mean,
but you experience loneliness.
I have at times.
You experience loneliness within a relationship.
Oh my goodness, she just said something real pivotal. You can experience loneliness within a relationship. So I say you might as well be by yourself at that point.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say
I just
that.
went away from the script. My bad.
No, but I wouldn't say that. But what it does mean is that loneliness is loneliness within.
That's right. Yep.
Do we as an individual control our happiness? And
yes.
Right. There's some things that make us sad, make us feel alone, whether it's in a situation. So if you're out doing something specific, you're passionate about something, your significant other's not feeling that passion with you, you could feel alone in that situation. If you're a parent, a dual household, and you can feel the loneliness if you're the one who's always doing the work.
Everything.
You're doing it all. So I think loneliness can be contributed by who you're with or not who you're with.
Yes. Now, do we want to put that in the category of loneliness being a state of mind?
So that's what. Yes. That's exactly.
And you know what? I definitely believe that loneliness is a state of mind because even though I may be physically alone, I only can speak for myself. Physically alone, I don't feel lonely.
Right.
And I was listening to, y'all know I'm a podcaster, so I listen to other podcasters, and they just so happen to be talking about loneliness. And I was like, this is something so near and dear to me because
people assume when you're single that you're.
I really stay longer, just like I hear in the background. There's like having
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And guys, you caught us right in the middle. Like we're literally right in the middle, and someone wants our information, so bear with us. Just give us a minute. We're just gonna keep this going. Do you have the information on you?
I have a card,
Yes.
but you can go on
Facebook. Expose
Natalie
and Laverne.
how do you spell it?
Laverne, Laverne.
Okay.
Natalie and Laverne. Thank you for eavesdropping.
No, I'm sorry. I was like, how nasty. I was like, oh, that's good.
Yes, so what you can do is we release every Wednesday.
Okay.
And so every Wednesday we'll put it on our page. Here's our card. And you can check us out. We're on YouTube. We have a YouTube page as well. And it will be under that same name. Okay? It was really nice meeting you.
What's your name?
Kylie.
Oh, I love the name.
Nice to meet
Thank you.
Take care. Alrighty. So,
that was, we couldn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying?
cannot pay for it.
That is just, that's awesome. And that just kind of lets us know that we're doing
This is
something
why
that
we love popping up and just setting up shop. We don't have a studio. We don't need a studio. You don't need all of these things to get started. When you're doing the work and you're out here on a mission for a cause, for all the right
our
reasons,
purpose,
it'll work out just the way it needs
Yes.
to.
So, kudos to her.
Kylie. Shout out to Kylie.
Shout out to Kylie.
Yes.
So back to being lonely.
Dang, you make it sound so bad.
I know. But that's what we're talking about. It because
Yes.
this is, loneliness is considered a bad word. You know, to me, I feel like. So some of the research says that loneliness is a state of mind.
That's
and I
right.
think that sometimes is it part of life? Like if somebody says that they have never experienced loneliness, I'm gonna have to challenge
Yes.
you because I think we all go through pits of loneliness whether we're in a relationship
Or
whether
not.
we're by ourselves.
Right.
Like I was saying is that you could feel lonely in a relationship based on your circumstances.
That's right.
But because it's based on us within, it's for us to get it out.
That's right.
To get out of it, to figure out what we need to do and what makes us happy and what's going to make us get move past that. Because, you know, if there's levels to loneliness. We don't want it to take a toll and to go into a depression.
Right.
Because loneliness can
It can lead to that.
to depression.
So here are some of the health risks associated with loneliness, and of course, you know, all that information that we're going to be dropping, these nuggets, we can provide that within our link and on our website and all the places that you can connect to us. But loneliness has a wide range of negative effects in both physical and mental, including one, depression and suicide. Yes, and then secondly, it's internal. It's cardiovascular disease and stroke. I mean, let's just be real.
Who thought? You know, when I saw this one on here, I never thought that I would be at a higher risk of having a stroke because I'm lonely.
Yes, and we're not dealing with it. So that's the thing.
And that's really what it is.
That's really what it is. We're not dealing with it.
Okay.
So we have the third one is increased stress level.
Now
Oh my
I get
God.
that one.
Yes, I can get that.
one.
I can get that one. Also decrease in memory and learning. So, you know, you forgetful and, you know, you can't retain information.
Right.
You know, you can't hold on to anything. Nothing will stick to you, you know. Antisocial behavior. So now, you know, if you're normally an introvert like myself and I start getting ghosts, I'm going to need y'all to come check for me. Natalie, where are you? You know, so we want to make sure.
So instead of the 20 times a day that we talk,
yes,
if it goes down
to
maybe
like
5
2 or
7,
3, yeah, you
I
might
need
want to be
knocking at
concerned.
your- Okay, I got you.
Yes. And then I'm making excuses for not showing up for things. You know, that's a problem. Poor decision making. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Like, right. I'm gonna be like, okay, if I made a poor decision, how do I contribute that to being lonely?
I mean,
I
because
still don't know how that connects.
well,
but
I do.
would- Okay.
Just think about it for a second. You're lonely. You might make a poor decision to possibly link up with somebody you have no business linking up with. Drinking, excessive drinking, that's poor decision making.
That's poor.
Substance abuse, you know, not getting enough sleep by maybe watching a little bit too much.
Bad relationships.
Bad relationships.
Getting
yes.
into bad relationships to avoid
Being
the
into feeling. Yeah, you know.
feeling to get rid of that loneliness feeling. But little do you know, again, it's still within you.
It's still within you.
Another person can't get rid of that.
Yes. And then lastly, it's going to be the altered brain function. which could possibly lead to Alzheimer's disease, you know, the progression of Alzheimer's. So, I mean, this is a broad spectrum on, you know, the stages and the negative senses of what loneliness can cause if you don't deal with it at the core.
And it can be, it says on here, so we're not, so again, we're not doctors.
We're not experts.
We did an expert, so we did a little research on this because we're definitely not research experts on this, but we do know how we have felt lonely in the past.
That's right.
Have felt lonely in the past and want to share our experiences.
No, we're
So,
fine.
in the past, but it says loneliness is contagious.
Ooh, yes.
So I can see that loneliness can be contagious.
Yes.
Meaning that when you're around, it's energy. So
You just hit the word.
So it's energy. So it's energy.
Energy transfer.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And so being able to have someone that you're around that's depressed, that's negative. Have you ever been in a room where somebody who's just extremely negative?
It's draining.
It is absolutely draining. So I can absolutely understand how loneliness can
It's
be
contagious.
And this time of season also is for not just for relationships that we need to be aware of loneliness, but what about when you're in a bad relationship? So when you're in that abusive relationship right now, loneliness can take you from being able to tolerate it to the next step of saying I can't deal anymore.
Right.
And so that's why we want to make sure that we cover this topic of loneliness, because we know how quick loneliness can take over who we are and what we physically do and how we feel about ourselves.
So what about the idea of, you know, someone staying in an abusive relationship to avoid possible loneliness, you know?
Right.
You thought about that?
Yeah, because I know I stayed. There's many reasons as to why I stayed a lot longer than I should have.
Would you say loneliness?
Loneliness was one of them. The fear of being alone
with your children.
But then the feeling of loneliness, because even after getting out of the relationship, there was a time where I was extremely lonely. You know, it was, I always say that it's all fine and dandy to leave somebody, but that's just the beginning stages of what you go through. Because like we said in our very first podcast was mourning the loss of our abuser.
Yeah.
So there's that period where you feel alone, and when you're laying in the bed
and you're missing the very 10% that was good, that was great.
So you're missing that piece, and you're feeling lonely about that piece, and you don't know, and what makes you go back is that you think that that's contributed to that person.
Yeah.
But in actuality, I think that is contributed to how we have to start getting ourselves healthy, and being able to
do the
be
work
with ourselves.
Yes, be with. And I love that word because I never like to use the word alone. I love always saying that I'm with myself. You know, I'm never alone. You know, I have my daughter with me half the time, but then when I don't have her, I'm with myself, and I enjoy that time. So,
but you have to get to a place.
You have to get to a place. And, you know, I really didn't harp on it, you know, for a long period of time. I just felt like you just had to do the work. Yep. And everyone's process is different. So whether it's taking you 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever it is, you know, your journey is your journey, and you have to appreciate the process along the way. So be patient with yourself, right? Yes.
And know the things that you need to do to take care of yourself. So some of the research that we found was tips to prevent loneliness.
Yes.
And so some of those tips are recognizing that loneliness is a sign that something needs to be. So the great thing about what we do is that we always try to make sure that we leave you with some solutions.
A positive,
right.
yes.
So we found some tips on ways to prevent loneliness. And so one of them is recognizing loneliness is a sign of something that needs to change. So something that's either within you or something in the environment, something with who you're with, the job, whatever it is, you would have to still, again, as an individual, look into
Internalize it,
internally
yeah.
to find out what that something is that needs to change. Understanding the effects of loneliness has on your life, both physically and mentally. So those things that we talked about earlier affecting your body and your mind. We will post those things. So you gotta be understanding those.
This one is my favorite one.
Consider doing community service and another activity that you enjoy.
Yes, that one right there. Another podcaster talked on it, and she said one way to fill your time and fill those gaps up of which you may start to feel
I saw
lonely.
that podcast.
Yes. Where you fill it with doing things for other individuals, community work, helping out someone, and that is where that void, because it can be considered a void, where that void is filled with something positive and amazing.
And meeting good people.
And you just never know, that's where you
new friendships are created.
absolutely. So that's my favorite one.
Focus on developing quality relationships with people who share similar attitudes, interests, and values with you.
That's a big deal.
Being equally yoked with somebody.
So what if you have those friends who all have this contagious loneliness,
They're
vibe? They're gonna suck the life out of you. You're gonna have to sort of drop them and squash them like a fly. I mean a fly on my bed.
and it just may be in a form of saying, okay, I'm not gonna take as many as his or her phone calls.
Absolutely.
Or I'm gonna decline some of the
invitations, and start including people that more so align with the energy that you are looking for.
Right. So instead of going to the negative energy or the lonely energy, try putting yourself in positive energy and then inviting those people into positive energy
and see if that works. Because not everyone is receptive, and like we said, everyone's on their own journey. And some folks might be like, well, I ain't you and I ain't getting over it, so they may need a moment. But it's nothing wrong with offering and inviting and sharing the good, right?
Right. And last is expecting the best. Lonely people often expect rejection. So instead, focus on positive thoughts and attitudes in your social relationships.
That's right. Yes.
That's a good one.
I love that one.
A good one.
Yes.
And that was one that I had to as well have to deal with, to be able to say, okay, am I looking at the glass half empty, or am I looking at the glass half full? And so I used to look at the glass half empty.
Even the choice of words that you're using to describe that perspective, it makes a big deal.
But then there's other positivity people that bring that to your attention, because I still didn't look at it that way. That was actually Richard brought it to my attention.
Richard is her husband, guys.
Richard's my husband. And so I always looked at it being that I was planning A, B, and C. But he was saying what you're doing is you're looking for a plan A to fail. And so how do you plan for, you wouldn't have a B and a C if you didn't look for A to be a failure or a rejection or or whatever. And so I never really looked at it that way, because we had such a big family. And then I was by myself, and then you always had what's that backup plan. That's how I was raised, and that's how.
Now, don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with having a backup plan. There's nothing wrong with that.
But you can't have a backup plan almost before you implement. Almost before you implement plan A. And so that's all I'm saying.
Yes. So hopefully, we wanted to make this short and sweet for you all. We know that your Wednesday is probably, a little jam-packed, but we wanted to promise you that we will be here every Wednesday with something amazing, something that's, engaging and educational, and that can help you day to day, like it's helped us. And of course, life after abuse, right?
Absolutely. So,
yeah.
I want to leave you guys. If there's somebody out there who's watching that's in a bad space of loneliness, just know that
they can literally connect to
you can
us if
connect
they
to
wanted
us.
to.
And, you know,
Yeah.
and you definitely, it's not the end all, you know, but you definitely have to do the work.
That's right.
It's even if
She said, do the work.
you got to do the work. It's even if you were consequence, it's still a matter of you being able to do the work and saying that this is not the state of mind that I want to be in anymore, and I want to be around positivity. I want to be that better person.
You have to
for my
think the
children.
best.
You have
Think
to
the best. And want the best.
Absolutely. And so just know that you're not alone. We've
And know
all
that you
gone through
deserve
it.
the best.
You deserve the best. You deserve all the happiness in the world that God has for you. And during these holidays, we're just going to continue to keep positive during these
Yeah.
these
I get
holidays.
excited
Even
about
if
the
we're-
holidays.
Whether I'm married or
Or
whether you're
single.
single, we still going to have a blast, and we're going to love on each other
That's
and have
right.
fun. And again, my life is not any more rich than hers, than Natalie's, because she's single.
That's
and
right.
so our lives are based on what we bring to it. It is our responsibility. I am responsible for
The quality of my life.
the quality of my life. And so just know that, again, if you're going through that, we're praying for you, and that you can get through this.
Yes, that's true. Well, we thank you guys so much for tuning in to Exposed Podcast, where transparency meets healing.
Healing.
Right?
Yes.
All of this is all just to get you healed and to continue that healing
Yes.
on, like you and I, right?
Absolutely.
So until next week, Wednesday, we are signing off.
See you.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right, guys.
Love you.